guys. I'm back with another episode of What If Naruto Was Gilgamesh's Reincarnation? Uh, if you like this, please like and subscribe, and I'm currently baking cookies. So, if this might be a shorter video, because my family wants these cookies. So, we're gonna start this off as Gilgamesh is at his home. He has the headband of the village. As he takes it off, he puts it in his gate of Babylon. As he pulled it back out, as it was golden, as he put it as a plaque right here. If you can see my mouse, I hope you can. If not, it's on top of this squiggly line on the very top, right here. Put it right there. As Gilgamesh says, perfect. Naruto says perfect, as he walks away to go to sleep for the next day, as he wakes up and he grabs his armor, he puts it on, as he walks through the village to the academy, as people are seeing him with this armor on, and they're wondering where he got it, because it looks expensive. And he does have this little red, thing going on down here. So, they're wondering where he got this armor, as I'm gonna say some people ran up to him saying, "Give us that armor, a demon brat," as they had chains into their backs faster than they could say ouch, as he just walks away, and he enters the academy, which all of the teachers and students are seeing Naruto coming in with this armor on, and they're wondering where he get it from and why is he wearing it, as they think if he's going to use that to be a ninja, he's not going to be such a good ninja. But I'm going to say in this one that he can run freely in this, as he can run like the wind in this armor. He could also be really stealthy, because I'm gonna say these down here are. Hold on 1 second, please. Alright, guys, that was my timer for the cookies. They're finally done. As well, he walks to his class and he sits down. Also, yeah, like I was saying before, these squiggly lines, they're silencing sills, so his armor doesn't make any noise when he runs or moves. So that's why he's wearing this instead of something else. So he is sitting down as Aruka comes in. He hasn't seen Naruto yet, and he's dumbfounded when he does see him. Also, with the Mizuki incident, he tried to steal it himself. Didn't turn out so well. So yeah, that's what happened there. As Aruka starts saying the teams and team captains, as he lists all the teams, as he gets to Team 7, Naruto hears Naruto Uzumaki. He says, alright, this will be interesting. I wonder who's going to be on my team. He hears Sasuke Uchiha. As all the girls are dying right now, because most of them like Naruto and most of them like Sasuke as well. As they're all dying, wondering what Konoichi is going to be on their team. As he then says Sakura Haruno, as all the other girls glare at Sakura, and she says it's fate. So stupid. As at the exact same time, Naruto and Sasuke both grunted. Hold on 1 second. Alright, I'm back. That was just my family getting the cookies. And he then, they then think in their head, why do we have to have her? As he says, Team Captain Kakashi Hatake. As Naruto smiles, and because he knows who Kakashi is, and he's wondering if he can help him with a problem that he has, and that he's not able to control currently. As he always has this thing active, but never he has a genjutsu over it. Yeah, this for you, bud. He's wondering how Kakashi can help him control his Sharingan, as it's always active in 3 Tomoe, so he can get used to just having 3 Tomoe on it all the time. Plus his chakra reserves are gigantic, and if Itachi could do it, I think he could. So he's still sitting there as for a quick second he deactivates the genjutsu and his Sharingan flares. And if you're wondering how he has the Sharingan, I'm gonna say that Minato was the grandson of Madara, but he didn't know this because he didn't unlock the Sharingan. It wasn't in his genes. So, well, it wasn't his genes. He just wasn't able to unlock it. As Naruto, that's why his eyes are always red. I'm gonna say in this one, because why not? So, they wait for Kakashi. All the other teams, including Aruka, have left because Aruka left because he knows how long it's gonna take Kakashi to get here. As Naruto is sitting there, he's not showing any emotion. He's not even mad that Kakashi's being late, as he is in his mindscape, trying to master his Sharingan, because he's been trying to do this for, I'm gonna say, the 7 years. Yes, 7 years. I'm gonna say he's been trying to master it for 7 years. He only got to 3 Tomoe because he was able to fight Kurama, and he's almost died several times. But he needs to witness the death of a friend, and he doesn't really have any friends, so he has to witness it or he has to do it. So Kurama is thinking he got pretty close to um Hagoromo, his father, as he says this is gonna take a little chakra. As he pumps chakra into Naruto when he wasn't expecting it, and it cast a genjutsu on him. Usually, the Sharingan would have seen through it, but because Kurama put his power into it, I would say he can't see through it currently at the level his Sharingan is at, as he witnesses Hagoromo's death over and over and over again, as he also witnesses some of like the deaths in Fate over and over again, as he witnesses his death happening. His He sees Hagoromo dying, Ashura dying, Indra dying, everybody in his class, Hiruzen, and then the thing that broke him the most was Taiuchi and Ayame dying. It only took them dying once to unlock his Mangekyo. As he broke the Genjutsu, he's breathing in and out. As he said, Kurama, what was that for? As Kurama says, look at the ground, because the ground is still water. So he looks at the ground and he sees his reflection as he sees the Mangekyo Sharingan in his eyes blazing, spinning. Now, if you're wondering what his Mangekyo looks like, give me a second. So yeah, this is what his Mangekyo looks like. I was asked to do a fusion of Obito's and Madara's. I also wanted to like put a little Rene Sharingan action in here. So I was able to find this picture. It kind of looks like Obito's and Madara's put together. Not really, but it also has a little bit of Rin Sharingan in there. I'm gonna say the only reason that happened was because he had Kurama's chakra in his system, as well as Indra. No, not Indra, as well as Ashura's chakra, as well, and Gilgamesh's power. That's the only reason the Rin Sharingan activated behind it, as Naruto can see way farther than Gilgamesh could in Fate, which Gilgamesh could see pretty far, not gonna lie, as he is able to see all the way across the village from the Hokage's monument with his um MS activated. And I'm gonna say Hagoromo appeared again as he looks at Naruto and he sees he has the Mangekyo Sharingan, as he says, only only Ender's reincarnation was supposed to have that. As he looks at Naruto and he uses creation of all things technique, and he wasn't able to create it because he has because Naruto currently has more chakra than Hagoromo, but he was able to enhance it using like two different Sharingan eyes, two copies of Sharingan eyes, Obito's and Madara's. It already looked like a combination of Obito's and Madara's, so he thought that would be the best combination to put inside of his eyes, as he put them in there, and it became the EMS. I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say these black pole parts connecting it to this archway weren't there. These weren't there, and now they're there. And he says, "Well, this might be the last time we see each other." As Naruto says, "Okay, Hagoromo." As Hagoromo disappears, I'm gonna say when he disappears, Sasuke felt a familiar chakra spike, but it was only for a millisecond, as he doesn't know why he thought it was familiar, and Indra does. Indra knows why it was familiar. As after that, Naruto opens his eyes as he can see very far in the classroom. He can see like an ant on the wall as he's looking around, and he's trying to take his vision down, as Kurama tells him how to do it. As he can see currently normally, as he says in his mind, "I'm gonna have to train on this." As he puts the genjutsu back over it, and I'm gonna say this whole time, Sakura was trying to talk to Naruto and Sasuke, but they were just ignoring her. As I'm gonna say that when Kakashi walks in, instead of like the eraser falling on his head, he feels a kunai about to hit the side of his face, as he grabbed a kunai, enhanced it with lightning chakra, and hit the kunai about to hit him away. As he says, "Who threw that?" As Naruto says, "You're as good as I thought you were." No normal Johnny would have been able to feel that. That's why Kakashi had to enhance it with lightning chakra, because it was going real fast with wind chakra added to it. So he says he can use wind chakra, as he keeps that in the back of his head. As he says, "Come on." As he says, "Meet me on the roof." As he disappears, but when he gets up there, he sees Naruto up there, and he sees Naruto like laying down. He sees this is what he sees. He sees Naruto laying down, looking like an old man, because Naruto cast a genjutsu over himself. Because he does have Naruto's a little bit of Naruto's personality. So he has like a genjutsu casted on him that makes him look like an old man as he's laying down with a long beard, and he talks in a voice like a wise old man, and he says, "It's been thousands of years." As Kakashi smirks and says, and in his head thinks, "He's faster than me," and he's funny too. As he transforms back into himself, as he gets back in his serious face. So, give me a second. Yeah, I just need to change the picture back. So he has his serious face back on as the other two walk up the stairs onto the roof. As they say, "Why'd you leave us?" As they look over at Naruto, and Naruto says, "I didn't leave you. You're just too slow. You couldn't keep up." As they, Sasuke said, and Sakura, she didn't want to say anything to Naruto because she does kind of have a little crush on Naruto as well, uh, which is gonna be crushed if you get it. Not funny at all. I understand. As Kakashi says, yeah, I'm gonna go through build test. So Kakashi says, we're going to introduce ourselves. Say your likes, your dislikes, and dreams for the future. As say your name, like dislikes, dreams for the future. As Sakura says, well, we've never done this before, so maybe you should show us how. As everyone had a sweat drop, including Naruto, and Naruto is thinking she doesn't know how to introduce herself. How does she get number one Kunoichi of this year? As Sasuke and Kakashi were thinking the exact same thing, and Kakashi said, "All right, well, my likes, I have a lot of likes. My dislikes, I don't really dislike anything. And my dreams for the future, never really thought about it." As Sakura had a sweat drop, so did Sasuke, but Naruto smirked, and Sakura she did the same thing as a can, but instead of saying she dislikes Naruto, she just said, "I dislike nothing." Actually, no, she said she disliked Pig, because why not? And then Sasuke went. He said, um, he says pretty much the same thing Kakashi said until he's dream for the future. He says, "My dream for the future is not a dream, but a reality. I will kill a certain someone." As Naruto looks over at Sasuke and says, "Like you could kill Itachi." And Sasuke heard this a little bit, but he gritted his teeth as he thought about Itachi, as he is pretty mad at Naruto right now. As before Sasuke could say anything to Naruto, Kakashi said, "All right, what about you, Blondie?" As instead of being mad, he smirked and then says, "Well, all right. Uh, well, all right. What would he? All right, he would say emo teacher, cause why not? Cause actually no, he would say, all right, Sasuke's dad." As Sasuke, Sakura, and Kakashi would all get the joke, cause he's he look Kakashi looks emo, and Sasuke always looks emo, and Kakashi had an eye smile as Naruto went, and he says, "My name is Naruto Uzumaki. I like, hmm, I don't like I like a lot of things." As he says the exact same thing as Kakashi. Uh, he says, I dislike, well, he says, I dislike little things. And he says, my dream for the future. I haven't really thought about it. As Kakashi had a nice smile again. As he says, I think I'm gonna like this kid. As as Naruto says, but also Sensei, what's this little book you have that you had in your back pocket? You seem to like it very much to have it to keep it that secret. As Naruto's reading through it, as he says, "Oh, Sensei, I know you like this kind of stuff." As Kakashi snatched it away from him and disappeared in extinction, and Naruto disappeared back to his home. As Sakura and Sasuke just walked away, Sakura asked Sasuke on a date, but Sasuke didn't even answer her. So, what is this? Alright, so, yeah, so, he also says, don't eat or you'll puke. He told them to meet him at the training ground 7, as the next day they meet Kakashi there, as Naruto is looking around, waiting, because he can sense Kakashi nearby, but not nearby at the same time. He's like 3 minutes away from where they are, as 3 hours later, he can feel Kakashi coming toward them, as Sakura asked why Kakashi was late, as Kakashi said, I got lost on the road of life. And Naruto smirched at that, as next Kakashi explained the bell test, about how there's 2 bells, and before he could say anything else, Sakura said, but if there's only 2 bells, then that means one person's going back to the academy, right? As they all have sweat drop again, and they in their head they're like, what do you think it means? As Gilgamesh already figured out the real meaning of this test is teamwork, but he doesn't really care too much about that. As I thought somebody was coming down here. As he then says, alright, let's get this started. As Kakashi starts the timer, and they disappear except for Naruto. Everyone but Naruto disappears, so Naruto is just standing there looking exactly like this. He doesn't have the gates of Babylon behind him yet, but he looks just like this. He has his arms crossed. He has his no emotion expression on his face, and his little thing down here is blowing back for some reason, even though there's no wind. As he says, now we could do this the easy way or the hard way. As that's what Naruto says. As Kakashi smirked and says, let's do this the hard way. Because he doesn't think Naruto doesn't have that much in him. He knew he was able to use wind chakra, but he could use wind chakra on a level almost to Kage. He would just have to refine his skills a lot. And actually, I'm not gonna tell you. That's a spoiler. As Naruto smiled devilishly and said, I was hoping you said that, as he disappeared, and he appears behind Kakashi, kicking him, saying, this is Sparta, and then kicks him in his back, flinging Kakashi forward. He appears in front of Kakashi, flying through the sky currently, and Roundhouse kicks him in the back of the head, and he hits a tree. As in front of the tree, Naruto is standing there with the gates of Babylon behind him like this, and he's already got the bell, but he replaced it with a rock with a genjutsu over it. As he says, "You give up." As he didn't hear anything from the crater, as he says, "Well, guess not." As he fires a entire village armory at Kakashi. Might as well be the village armory of the which is small of the sand. Why not? Pretty sure that's the smallest hidden village. Yeah, the sand village. As he unleashes a payload the size of the armory of the sand village at Kakashi, which is still huge, which left behind a crater and a log completely shredded to pieces. As Kakashi is in a tree panting, as he has a bunch of like holes in him from like Senbon, kunai, shuriken, swords, uh, a bunch of different stuff. He has a bunch of different like gashes inside him. As he said, I didn't think this kid would be that strong. As the clone disappears and um Naruto looks around, sensing. As he senses Kakashi behind a tree, reading his book, he said, "That was a clone, huh?" As he opens the gates of Babylon, and he shoots. I'm gonna say, he shoots a cannon at Kakashi as it destroyed the tree. As what happened to the weapons? They just disappeared in golden light after they were done getting shot. That's why the gashes were there, but the weapons weren't. So, Kakashi, um, dis- he used Sanshouin to get out of there, as he is in front of Naruto. It says, "You're good, a lot better than I thought you would be." So he pulls up his headband, showing the shirt. Oh my gosh. He sees the Sharingan as so does Sasuke. As Sasuke is in a blind rage, he runs at Kakashi and says, "Where'd you get that eye?" Because he says, "Where'd you get that eye?" And because he doesn't think Kakashi is a Uchiha because they're all killed, as he then tries to attack Kakashi, but Kakashi already has his headband up. He was easily able to take down Sasuke because he wanted to fight Naruto. He didn't really care about Sasuke at that point. And he saw Sasuke was just mad, so he pulled him down into a hole. As he's looking at Naruto, Naruto's looking at him, and Naruto says, "This is what I was waiting for." As a bunch of gates of Babylon appear around Kakashi, and Kakashi's wondering what's going on. As a bunch of different swords, kunai, shuriken, Senbon, even a flying rising kunai or two, um, is being launched out of the gates as he's trying his best to deflect. And what he can't deflect, he dodges, and what he can't dodge, he takes. And this just happens faster, faster, and faster to the point where uh, Kakashi is about to die. But before he dies, Naruto appears inside of the gates of Babylon. He grabs Kakashi, and he was able to appear in there super fast because he was able to teleport using the gates. He grabs Kakashi and he throws him out of the gates because he didn't want his team captain to die yet. I didn't mean it like that. He didn't want him to die. So he threw him at a tree, and Kakashi is wounded beyond all beliefs, and then he gets knocked out when he collides with the tree. As Naruto heals Kakashi, ties him up to the pole, and they eat. And when Kakashi wakes up, he sees Naruto there with both bells, in his hands as he says, well, even though you have both bells, only two of you are passing. So, who are you going to give the other bell to? As he thought about it, he didn't really want Sakura on his team, but he knew this was just about teamwork. As he cut one of the bells in half, using a sword he got from nowhere, giving half of it to Sakura and the other half to Sasuke, and he had the whole piece. As Kakashi smiled and says, "That's all right." As this is where we're gonna leave this off, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. The ship will be introduced in the tuning exams, and yes, I have watched Alucard. Well, not Alucard. I've watched Castlevania, and I can do that. What if I actually thought about it before? So I could do that. And